Welcome back to Parents Help Kids Learn, where we learn what good readers do, and then at the end of each lesson, you practice these reading skills together. In our last reading lesson, we learned that one way good readers connect what they're thinking to what they're reading is to ask questions as they read. Today, we're going to learn another way that good readers connect what they're thinking to what they're reading. Today's lesson is good readers make predictions as they read. Let me repeat that because this is our lesson today. Good readers make predictions as they read. Predictions are good guesses about the story or the text. To make a prediction means to make a good guess about what you think will happen next, or to make a good guess about what you think you will learn as you continue reading. Make predictions before you read and as you read. When you make a prediction, your guess may begin with words such as, I have a prediction, I think, and then say your prediction. Or, I predict, and then say your prediction. Or, I think. Or, I bet. Or, I wonder. Those are some examples of words that you would use before you make your prediction. Boys and girls, when we make good guesses, are they always correct guesses? No! Some of our good guesses are correct, and some of our good guesses are incorrect because they're guesses. Well, predictions are good guesses. So some of our predictions will be correct, and some of our predictions will be incorrect, and that's okay. The most important thing to remember is to keep making predictions because that's what good readers do. You can make predictions when you read fiction books and nonfiction books. For example, when I was reading this fiction book, Flat Stanley by Jeff Brown, I learned that on the day that Stanley became flat, his mother took him to Dr. Dan, and Dr. Dan asked his nurse to take Stanley's measurements. I said, I want to make a prediction about one of Stanley's measurements. I predict that Stanley is about 2 inches thick. So I kept reading to see if my prediction was correct. I found out Stanley's measurements. He was actually 4 feet tall, about 1 foot wide, and he was only 1/2 inch thick. But I was happy because I knew that good readers make predictions as they read. As I continued to read, I found out that being flat was very helpful to Stanley. For example, one day a letter came in the mail for Stanley, and it was from his friend who had moved to California. The friend invited Stanley to go to California for a visit. Stanley said, I would love to go to California to visit my friend. But Stanley's parents said it's too expensive to have you travel to California by train or by airplane. But Stanley's father said, I will try to think of a cheaper way. So that night, when Stanley's father came home, he had with him a large brown envelope. What do you predict the large brown envelope was for? Tell your parent. Well, to find out if your prediction is correct and to find other ways that being flat was very helpful to Stanley, you'll have to read the book. You can make predictions with nonfiction books too. When I was reading Why Do Cats Meow by Joan Holub, after I read the title, I said, I want to make a prediction. I think that cats meow because they're hungry. So I kept reading to see if my prediction was correct. I found out that cats meow for many reasons. And guess what? One of them is because they're hungry. This book is full of questions and answers about cats. On the top of most pages, there's a question, and every time I came to a question, I made a prediction before I continued to read to see if my prediction was correct. For example, on page 6, the question was, how big is the biggest pet cat? So I said, I predict the biggest pet cat weighs 20 pounds because that's a pretty big cat. I kept reading to see if my prediction was correct, and I found out that actually the biggest pet cat weighs 47 pounds. Oh my goodness. And this book said that's about as much as a 6-year-old child might weigh. Wow. To learn more about cats, and there is a lot of interesting information about cats in this book, you'll have to read the book. And remember, good readers make predictions as they read. Well, boys and girls, moms and dads, now it's your turn to read together. Choose some just right books, and as you read, make predictions, because that's what good readers do. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time.